I'll dance for you. While everybody shows up. Pony sounds! That's really loud. What else we got? Scritchies? Cool. I'm gonna turn over to chat. We have Toriza, good morning. Amy, good morning. I was supposed to have a giant box of awesome that was supposed to show up on Friday, and I was really excited because it was supposed to be here Friday, and it's all the good stone goodies, but I have not gotten it. It got delayed somewhere in the process, and so it's supposed to be here, ironically enough, first thing on Monday. It was in town yesterday, and I was half tempted to go look for it. But I don't think the post office people would have been very happy with me. They would have been quite upset that I went to bother them. Hold on. I am trying to organize another guest for today. So we had a fun couple of, well, more than a couple of days, I guess. It's been a week since I saw you guys last. There hasn't been a lot that's shown up in the mail, like I just mentioned. I have a big box that should have been here, but it's not here. I showed you my sticker from last time, and it's been kind of low-key, which is fine, I guess. Oh, I think I might have actually gotten one set of stickers somewhere. Hold on, as I knock you guys off your stand. Did you enjoy the roller coaster ride? You go bouncy all over the place. Laura, it's your fault. Laura Rocksmith bounced into chat and the camera went bounce. I hit the little army thing on it. So we have Laura Rocksmith, good morning. Teresa's asking what's happening. April Fool's Day happened, so we'll talk about that in a second. Katie's here. Good morning, Katie. We have Amy. Good morning. It's okay. We create our own awesome. We do indeed. Sherry, good morning. Super windy in Kansas. Yeah, so there's some crazy storms rolling through the U.S. right now and a little bit into eastern Canada. I heard that there was tons of thunderstorms and some tornadoes. Tennessee was hit really hard. There's stuff kind of rolling through the east right now. New York, Delaware, New Jersey is kind of what I heard. So it sounds like we have Kansas as well. That's kind of crazy. I hope everybody stays safe. Make sure you have a little bit of food stored somewhere, some fresh water, because you never know when power is going to go out or you're going to get stuck somewhere for a little bit. Let's see here. Marcia, hello. Brenda, good morning. Team Horg. Yes, I will talk about the Horgs and the Horgs in a second. So they are ending in a little bit as well. So we'll see how that goes. I think that we're up over $100 for the Horgs, and then the Forgs. I am not sure where we're at with those. Apparently I didn't sleep. We went to a car show yesterday. There's what they call the World of Wheels in Calgary, and they've kind of unfortunately toned it down quite a bit. So it used to have all the new, like the car dealerships and different brands of vehicle makers that would show up and show off their new whatever they were making at the time. So you'd see the new Lamborghinis and Aston Martin thingies and obviously Dodge, Ram stuff. You'd see Ford, you'd see Kia, you'd see Subaru. They'd have all that there. So there's two big sections that normally they hold the Stampede in those areas, and normally one's a big show space where they talk about, and they have all the different vendors for different things, and then the other space is normally the big art space. Well, the big art space that they use for the new cars, they didn't have set up at all. It was closed. So it was like half the show it used to be, pretty much literally. And it was kind of cool. You saw local people's cars and what they'd worked on, a lot of shiny new things, a lot of older things, some performance things, but it was kind of cool to walk around and see all the pretty paint jobs. But there wasn't a lot to it, which was kind of unfortunate. there are a lot of really cool, nice cars in the area. But yeah. So, anyways, I did that. We went out and did that, and then went to a place for pizza afterwards, and then came home and watched Ted Lasso. We were totally new to the Ted Lasso train. But if you want a show, and even if you don't like sports, it's about a coach that comes from the US to the UK to teach football, soccer, and kind of his adventure of not knowing how any of that works and just being a good human when a whole bunch of other people are trying to attack him and defame his character and throw him under the bus and sabotage him because they want the football team to fail, but really he's just trying to do the best job he can. And it's really heartwarming in a way that a lot of shows nowadays aren't. Most shows are about drama, and this is obviously a little bit about drama, but it's about, you know, good people, which is kind of cool, and how he kind of wins all these people over to his side through the journey of them trying to screw him over. And it's really cool. So it's on Apple Plus. If you have Apple Plus, I think the subscription in Canadian is just under $10. Highly recommend. There's 3 seasons now, and it's just so far so good. I can't recommend anything past like season 1 because we just got into season 2, but it's really cool. It's nice to see good people and how that works, and them go through life challenges while still trying to be good humans and making mistakes, but learning from them and all that good stuff. So, what else do we got going on here? Oh, state of Ohio has a crap ton of wind. I say Ohio weird, I think. Katie's probably gonna laugh at me. The Mach-E is not a Mustang. Yeah, so they did have a few Mustangs that local people owned. And yeah, they like changing things. It's like the new Trans Am isn't as good as the old Trans Ams, but that's okay. And then there's obviously the debate between the Fox Body Mustang and the new Mustangs and the old Mustangs. And yeah, we're not going to get into that here. But they had some rusty things, which were really fun. And lots of shiny, pretty colors. There was nothing color shifty or crazy, but it's kind of cool. Nothing chopped or anything, but there's a couple of hot rods. We have... What is the Spooderman's thing in the background? I need to print it properly. It was supposed to be black. I don't know what my printer did. But I love this quote, so I bought a thing on Etsy that an artist made out of the old quote, and I'm going to get it framed and put it in my studio to remind me forever that with great power comes great responsibility, because the Spooderman is very wise. And it's a good reminder, because you guys are super amazing. And hold on 1 second. Let me see. Our guest is still... Hold on. With the whole hobby thing, I didn't think that the celebrity type fame end would be something I'd ever have to worry about. But it's a good reminder to stay humble for me, because it can get a little bit brain twisting when you get into the model horse thing and people start knowing your name. And even the last Briar Fest I went to in 2005, I went to it and everything was fun and great, and people kept showing up and being like, "Hey, Raven," and I'm like, "I don't know who you are. Hi." And it's a little overwhelming for me, being I have an extroverted part that I can turn on, but I'm mostly introverted. So it was a little bit overwhelming. And even just, you get to the point in the game where people know who you are and they like what you do, and sometimes it just seems like you can almost do no wrong. So you have to be kind of careful with that, because when people put their trust and faith in you as a human and artist and like someone of celebrity type, like when a whole bunch of people know you, it changes the game a little bit. So that constant reminder for me that I'm probably actually going to just get tattooed on me is good, because there's a lot to it that I think can be really easily taken advantage of. And I don't ever want to do that. So I want to plaster that all over my brain cells. And when you guys know kind of what I stand for, then that helps hold me accountable as well. So If I am not respecting that, then I hope I would get called out. So anyways, it's my little geeky. I love it. I've loved it forever since I was a kid, but it's definitely come into play a lot more in recent years. Trying to follow chat and our guest and all the things. Joelle, good morning. Amy has a big screen. I'm missing parts of the conversation. I was talking on my little ranty thing and then you guys got carried away. Pizza time? I want pizza. We had pizza last night too. Oh, it's because I said pizza last night. Yeah, okay. Gotcha, Laura. Then I got distracted by Spooderman. Ellen, good morning, Ellen. Or I guess there it would not be morning. Good evening. I'm still enjoying the candies. There were vanilla, lemon, singuala maybe? You'll have to tell me if I'm pronouncing it right. Cookies that are so good. I used to have ones kind of similar as a kid, but they weren't quite that tasty. Those were really tasty. And I finished all the sour foamies. I was trying to save them. And I had the last one and I was sad. But I did find that I can get them through IKEA. They're probably not the same. But the ones that I can import from Amazon are like $20 a bag. So the IKEA ones are like $2 a bag. So I'm going to try the IKEA ones and see how they go. They're little houses. So if anybody's looking for little sour foamy candies. And I have music, but it's playing very quietly in the background. All right. She has spidey senses. I do. I have lots of dreams about being Spider-Man. It's not a bad thing. It's kind of fun. Yay, our guest worked. She's in the background waiting for the things. So no one can see her until I let her in. Wow. Let's see. You can really hear the northern accent in the O's in Ohio. It's like about, took, all the Canadian words. Size matters, TMNT. What? What's a TMNT thing? The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie looks really good. Looks really good. I really like the art style. They're doing another Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, which I'm really excited for because I like that art style too. And the first Into the Spider-Verse was also really good. We watched Dungeons and Dragons, and it was horrible. I had my expectations in a very different place for where that movie went. So it'll probably be entertaining if you know D&D stuff because there's a lot of D&D stuff in it. But I was disappointed. Let's see here. Katie says, "Don't remember. Been a hot minute since you watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." I admit we'll have to go back and look at that. Popularity of status comes through the responsibility of being a role model. Yes, I think that works. And it's something that a lot of people, you get into it, and I can see how your brain gets warped with all the people knowing you and liking your stuff and fans, and it's definitely a mind trip for sure. Yeah, I pronounced it correctly. I get Swedish points. Yay, I'm glad. Thanks, Ellen. Yes, turtles. Some sort of fruit. It's a cookie. Hold on. Ellen sent me treats from Sweden. Singuala. Very, very good. She says they are her favorites. They're cookies with vanilla and raspberries. So you guys have probably seen ones like them. They have the filling and then the little... My guest is like, she's showing her snacks off. Let's see. I know all the promos looked really good, and I thought it would be more like players playing the game, but it's not. It's kind of set within the D&D world. It's still got the silly factor, which is really good because a lot of the D&D ones took themselves too seriously. But Swedish cookie with vanilla raspberry jam. So good. So good. Want the popcorn hurler? We don't get the D20 here. I looked for it. It's only at AMC theaters, and apparently that's only in the States. So that sucks. Happy Buckeye noises. Yay. All right. So I can let our guest in any minute here. I will have at least one peek, if not two peeks for you for the stream. So hold on one second and I will announce our guest. We need it. I don't have a drum roll. That works. That was probably really weird sounding to you guys. May I present to you, since she didn't have time to do this later, so we kind of had to fit it in this stream, Haley from HN Studios. Ta-da!
Hello.
I will turn up your volume because you're probably going to be quiet.
That took forever. It was
did.
sassing me on all accounts.
We might need you to move a little bit closer to the mic or
Can you hear
talk
me now?
louder. I can hear you. Can everybody in chat hear her?
Maybe?
I've turned her up to the max volume, but you're still quite quiet comparatively to me.
Low load.
Cool. So this is Haley. I will show her page in 1 second here. Hold on. So I have to find it to scroll it. Ha ha ha. So HN Studios, Equine Art by Haley Noltner.
The one
I
page
pronounced your last name right?
you did. That's the one page I very rarely post on.
Okay. Well, she's got other pages, but
I do.
that. Do you want to send me the right one and I'll post it on the thing?
Sure.
She's pretty ponies.
There you go. It's my my actual like regular Facebook account. Because I'm lazy and I don't switch to the other one.
Fair enough. Monitoring a whole bunch of studio pages and stuff is really challenging, so I can definitely appreciate that. And Haley's been a big part of the April Fool's Day thing I want to share, but I guess in the meantime, hold on, I'll share.
Yeah, I was the butt of the joke.
Kinda. Let me share. So if you guys hadn't seen yet, I think this is Briar's page on Facebook. And they showed this one off yesterday. So this is, we lovingly refer to this particular style as Squidward, and that kind of comes from Darren. It's a Nakota that's had the mane sheared off. And they had one in the auction last Briarfest, and it sold, I don't know to who to. She didn't name it Squidward, she named it something else awesome, but they posted it this time, and they're like, big news for Nakota fans. Sometimes we all need a little change of style to keep things fresh after over 15 years in the Briar line, which makes me feel old because I remember when Nakota came out. Nakota's ready for a new do. We fell so in love with the roach mane from last year's Briarfest auction model that we decided to make it a permanent change to the sculpture, so Nakota will no longer have hair. Check out a sneak peek of our first release in this unique and new style, presenting the Criollo breed. Or Criollo, I believe. No, Criollo? Two L's.
Criollo? Criollo?
Criollo would be the American pronunciation. If it's Spanish, it would be a Y, I believe. So Criollo. Criollo? Sounds like a yo-yo. Yo-yo pony. So they put that out and people were laughing about it. Someone else said that they needed Disco Heart, which is kind of funny. Where's the Disco Heart one?
Yeah,
oh, there you go. So Ellie Figment won him.
Yes, that's the pronunciation. Criollo.
Criollo? Should be two L's being a Y in Spanish, but it is strange. So Briar be playing with us on April Fools, but I hope they're listening to those of us who love the customization, which Ellie does. Won the Nakota last year at the Briarfest auction a few minutes ago. He just won overall collectability at Lemonade Live in Texas. So that was Squidward with his tiny little neck.
He was gorgeous in person. His paint job is incredible.
Oh, I bet. He looks like he's ridiculously amazing. So there were other people that commented. I can't find, where did the Disco Heart one go? But somebody wanted Disco Heart.
I think it was Andrea Brattain that commented that.
Yeah, it's buried now. But so that was funny. And then today they post that they have these Nakota Gambler's Choice coming out for the Collectors Club. So they kind of punked us.
Yeah.
Which should be fun. I think that the customizations, I like the hair. I don't know that his neck would be the neck I would choose to take all the hair off of, but it's cute. I really like the glossy bay. Somebody mentioned it's a fairly similar color to Bolero, if not close to identical. And even the marking on his face, it's a little bit lower, but similar. Then we have the chestnut, which is gorgeous, the Pinto, and then I really like the one in the middle. And I don't have a Nakota, so we'll see how that goes. But they also punked Darren, which is funny because she played probably one of the bigger April Fool's Day jokes yesterday. Although Kylie did get me. I thought she was going to sell Jolie because that was her post.
You were terrified for a second. It was wonderful.
I was like, oh my god! Well, because she sold the Fjord. It wouldn't be the first horse that she was like, look, this is all the horse I love. And then it went away. But
I don't think she'd ever sell Jolie, but I could be wrong.
No, I don't think so either. Especially, she's kind of based her breeding program around her. So let's see. You shared with me a thing. This is Haley's proper studio page.
Technically, it's the one that was supposed to be unofficial, but it became
Bam.
official.
Okay. Unofficial, official. So there's the Bitey Boys on top with their little scars, which is awesome, and mud. So Haley does finish work and getting into sculpture a little bit.
I can go get Laura here at some point.
There you go. You're working on some stuff right now.
Yeah.
So I would check her out. She now has peepers, so she'll be able to see all the little details.
Peepers, that's her permanent.
Damn you, Brian, take all my money. Ah, hi, really? We have a whole bunch of people in chat.
Oh, I can see chat too. This is brilliant.
You can see Andrea. Hello. I thought it was strange that they just did Bolero and then they did a glossy bay. They don't normally do that. So I don't know if they did that so that the people who didn't get Bolero could get this glossy one, but it's Gambler's Choice, so that doesn't quite work out.
Maybe Bolero was the test for this. Or this was the test for Bolero.
Maybe. Who knows? Or they just didn't think of it and they wanted a solid color and they put bay in and then they realized that they're doing Bolero at the same time.
Love Jackie's comment. I am obsessed with crumbs, Jackie. Thank you.
I don't... That's like... So crumbs are the really tiny... Do you have it handy?
I do. I
Do you
can
want
go
to
get it.
show it to everybody?
I can go get it.
So crumbs, they come from... I think Kelly's the only one doing those right now. The caster we will not speak of in this stream has done them before. And if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, then I'm not going to elaborate currently because we don't talk about certain people. We talk about awesome people, but those other ones we just don't give the time to. But Kelly Seeley of Kelly's Studio does really, really tiny little itsy bitsy things. And Haley's going to show you. I don't think you can see them on her site anymore. I think she took them off.
There you go.
I will.
Tiny, itty bitty, little. I don't even think this is quite the crumb.
Doesn't make it any bigger if I do that. Yeah, and that's not the smallest. You said there was a size smaller than that?
There were 2 sizes smaller than that.
So I don't know how you're gonna paint that, but good luck.
With an airbrush. Just because I can. Bay Leopard Appaloosa.
Bay Leopard Appaloosa. You should do that because then each dot would be like the size of the dust molecule. It would be amazing. So Haley has a show coming up, which is coming up really, really soon. It is April 21st to the 23rd. I will pop it up on the screen. You can find it on the Edge Live. I would be making a donation of awesomeness shortly. I will announce what that will be. And it is in the Blue Water Resort and Casino in Parker, Arizona.
We're right on the border of California and Arizona.
Oh, cool. So that'll make it easier for the Californians to come up. It is Haley's first show. Well, not first show that she's been to, first show that you've run. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So I've done shows in the past, and I know that having a lot of support is super important to having more shows. So, well, if you want more shows, attend just shows in your area and support those shows by donating or coming or doing all the cool things.
We're hoping to make this one pretty awesome. We've got people flying in from Canada to help host it. Not Raven.
Who's coming from Canada?
My dad, my grandma, and a couple people that are flying in for the show.
Sweet. That's exciting.
Then we've got people kind of coming from all over the U.S. One of our judges is from Iowa.
Nice.
He's driving down, and we're hoping to make it a really awesome, huge event that's a bunch of different things to do.
Well, and it's cool if you can go to a show kind of at the beginning of its formative stages, because by attending in the beginning, you can kind of help form the show and give feedback on what's working, what's not working, what you'd like to see. I know I hosted a couple of shows up here years ago. We did Sugar High Live, and then I can't remember what we called it before that. And then I helped run, there was Model West. So Briar did a Model, like Briar West in Canada at one point at Spruce Meadows. But it's not that one. There was a local toy store that ran a show after that. I was not here for when Briar was in Canada, which makes me mad. Other than the one time they were at Spruce Meadows and I got to demo sculpting, and I didn't know that I would sculpt for them in the future. But I did tell Jamie at the time, because she was up from Briar running the event. She's like, is there anything that we can, help you with? And I'm like, I want to sculpt for you. And she's like, maybe one day.
And now we have Fireheart.
And Justify. He kind of sort of counts, but he's not plastic. So it's harder to get a hold of him because he was harder in general to get a hold of, being tiny.
I need to find one.
Yes.
It's a necessity.
Well, and they were plagued with the, Briar resin thing, where if there's tack on it, like the ornaments, it's a little bit harder to kind of paint things accurately when you're not getting a lot of time to paint things accurately. So they had their quality stuff. But I highly recommend checking out Haley's page on the Edge Live. I will find a most awesome thing to donate that you will only get if you go to her show. So that would be fun. I will go through my stores. It'll probably be something either minorly customized or, yeah. And Haley's not allowed to win it because she's running the show. So you can see the look of torture on her face as she's like, darn. But we should talk about the thing that happened yesterday. Is it the second? It's the second. I didn't play an April Fool's joke on you guys. I was going to, but that didn't happen because I was distracted by Darren's April Fool's joke. So, hang tight 1 sec.
And talking to me
and talking to Haley.
Because
that was a joke.
Oh yeah, they thought it was so funny to make me think it was Django's for a week. And then do this.
Well, so why would you think it's a Django?
Yeah, not you guys also saying it's definitely 5 Djangos, and you're gonna be screwed.
No one said it was 5 Djangos, and if I did, I was joking.
Sure.
So Haley has a Django thing, and I said that Darren had her number and knew that she liked Djangos. She's like, oh my god, what if they're all Djangos? And I was like, oh my god, it could be. Darren, do you have a Django to take a picture of to post? So Darren really likes frogs. And if she's not in the stream, I've now outed that she likes frogs. But I'm pretty sure yesterday gave away that she likes frogs. So she made these wonderful creatures, if you haven't seen them yet. They are Horgs and Forgs. So the Horgs, the Horgity-Forgans, because I can't not say that in my head without the Swedish chef, are the horse-bodied ones, and the Forgs are the frog-headed ones. So horse, yes. And they're in wonderful colors. They're up for auction right now on her page. And what was a funny, You should totally mash up these animals because they're amazing. It has turned into a viral TikTok thing and a hobby, hilarity, joy spreading, awesome thing. So there are a few different colors. Darren's keeping the green jumping horg, but the other ones are available on model horse sales pages. And there might be a fight over those. Let's see. Oops, I'm clicking the wrong buttons. Buckins? Buckins is totally a word.
Be warned that if you go after the poison horde, you're gonna have to fight me.
And if they're after the blue one, me too. It's not showing anything on our page.
The dark horde, you're gonna have to fight Raven, and that's, we know the whole Fireheart story, so that's not a good idea.
It's possible to potentially win, maybe. Let's see, Customs Briar. They'll probably be under there. There we go. So you can't find them under her profile, but you can find them if you go to Model Horse Sales Place on thing. So what? The European Dart Horg is at $150. The South American Poison Horg is at $151. The little guys are at $38.50, $50.50, and $45.50, which is awesome. They're so cute. Look at this one. It is so contained. I don't know if I can. No, it won't let me make that bigger. Darn it. It is probably very small on your screens. So these are hilarious. We had a really good time playing with the whole concept, and I made a fire horg, which I guess I can show. Hold on.
I need a Django horde now, so I'm gonna need to do a concept sketch of that, and then randomly send a Django body to Darren.
Do a Django. Let's see if I can save this and it will show better this way. Alright. If you see me ducking around, it's because I can't see with the camera right in the way. And if I don't put the camera right in the way, then I'm like, da-da-da, looking over here and not doing the thing.
So you're totally getting a big fire horde and a little fire horde from Darren, right?
Yes.
Do both.
Maybe one day. We'll see. Video clips, background, logo, overlay. I'll add it as an overlay. Pardon my, I don't, there we go. Yes!
Yeah, he's like, show the Django manga. I can't.
Da-da-da!
Yes!
So there is the Fire Horg, and there is a debate going on if you are Team Horg, which is the horse-bodied ones, or if you're Team Forg, which is the horse-headed ones. So you could answer that poll on Darren's page or on my page. I'm sure we'll collect responses from both. It's kind of fun. So anyway, that's what we've been doing. There's been much laughter, and what's really been super awesome is how it's kind of brought the hobby a little bit of joy, which is super cool because people are like, oh, you should do cat-headed things, and it's kind of added some crazy inspiration that I think we needed. Because fantasy stuff's really nice for that. I think we get too wrapped up in the seriousness of model horses and get lost in the whole ether of everything else. So,
yes,
it's just fun. Speaking of that, Haley, what are your favorite parts of the model horse hobby that make you happy and bring you joy?
Oh God, the people. Most of the people.
Yeah.
Definitely the friends I've made. A lot of awesome, amazing people. I also love Jackie. She's like, me. Yes, Jackie, you are one of those people. I think the customizing aspect for it as well. I really like being so open and creative and getting to post about not having to do the art in the dark. That's probably the best part. You get to share art with people, and it gets to go to homes where people are really going to enjoy it and take it to shows. So
I like the not having to do art in the dark.
We should make shirts.
We should make shirts. I like that. Well, and it's nice to have a group of people that kind of understand, because you can post your horse art to a random page and people are like, oh, that's really nice. But if they're not horse people, they don't get it to the same level. Yeah. And model horses is like one step deeper than that, which is super cool.
Yes. I have posted to groups where people don't get it, or even family members, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's cute." I'm like, "No, it's not cute. I just spent the last 40 hours of my life doing this. I want more than cute."
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's nice to have that feedback of, it's something a little bit more, I don't know. You invest a lot of time, and it's nice to have it taken seriously versus it being like, oh, well, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you like horses, eh? Yeah, that's a surprise.
I think the other thing I really enjoy about the hobby is the classes, teaching and taking. I adore teaching, and I mean, taking your class just opened up a window, more like a door. It opened up the biggest door possible for not only making friends, but sculpting. I brought sculptures in. Secret stuff.
And secret stuff. All the secrets.
We all get to see secret stuff on the stream.
Well, and Haley, I've mentioned before, does teaching. So she does workshops on a whole bunch of different things. So there's an airbrushing one coming up. Am I right?
Yeah, I have 2 workshops coming up for this month. Cool. Airbrushing and continuing the color series, which is buckskin this month.
Ooh.
So
Darren's taking that one?
No. I only have 2 people in the buckskin class. I have 10 spots and 2 people.
Well, we need to fix that.
You need to fix that. Shockingly, the class that blew up the most for the color series so far was Grula. I was expecting Bay to be the one that everyone died over, but
I think Grula's harder. Bay, I think people can usually stumble their way through, but the tones in Grula are the ones that are like ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm just loading in the peaks so we can show them off in a bit.
Jackie keeps saying, "Show the conga." I can't show the conga, Jackie.
Which conga?
The Djangos.
Your Djangos?
I physically cannot pick up the computer and take it in there. I could take a picture and send it to Darren so she can, or not Darren, send it to Raven so she can put it up on the stream, but that's the best I can do.
Yeah, if you want to do that, I can post it. Haley does have a Django obsession. Laura Brown just made it here. Hi, Laura. Ooh. She's saying that we have to redo the whole stream, though, so.
Uh-oh. Hit the rewind button.
There's a rewind button. Firehawk needs to happen.
I guess I'll be back. I'm going to take a picture of the conga.
Yeah, go take a picture and message it to me, and I think that should work.
I was going to do this on my phone, but it told me that my software was not updated enough, even though this is like... It wouldn't let me do it on my brand new tablet either. It's like, absolutely not. Let me do it on my... Yeah.
Porg? What's a porg? Laura Rocksmith needs to answer what a porg is.
Of course.
Like the porgs, like, from Star Wars? Which is different. I'm confused. It's not hard to confuse. Cool. Haven't seen your classes advertised. Where are you sharing them? I will ask her when she gets back. Love taking lessons from Haley. Here, I'll put that on screen so people can actually see it. I can't read it now because it's too small.
I'm back. Classes are on my Facebook page.
On the one that I just showed a little bit ago. Yeah. So if you look up HN Studios and friend her on Facebook, or your page is public?
Yeah, both of them.
Then you can see it. Great to ask questions for, great critique. Ironic Haley, my friend's mare just had a buckskin filly today.
Aw. Congratulations.
From Rayleigh. All right.
There you go. Jackie, we're feeding your obsession to see my Django conga again.
You are going to get a potential message from Paint Ponies or Pony Point Studios regarding your buckskin class. Let's see. Let me just catch up. Hello from Michigan, says Diane. Hello, Diane. Gail really wants to see your Django conga. So
I sent pictures.
I love how somebody said So Laura Rocksmith said porgs, and then meant the Star Wars ones, and Andrea's like, does that mean pigs and horses? We've permanently distorted people's brains.
I said pugs and horses, so yeah. I get
It'd be so cute.
with the little squashy face on a fire heart. Oh my god.
That is quite the conga, my friend.
That's missing 30 of them. They're out on, some are out on commission, in the mail, stuff like that. So there's like 115 of them in total.
Oops. I almost shared something I wasn't supposed to share.
Don't do that.
I get in troubles. So there is ponies. This one. All the Jangos and more Jangos.
Yeah,
And she
more
made space for even more Jangos, but we punked her.
I had 5 spots saved up for
Cleared
them.
out 5 spots, so we'll have to figure that out. Is that a request for a Django? Are you sure you want to ask that?
I do. I'm getting a commission from Darren for a Django, but I need more.
Very nice. Okay, I guess I can show a peek
Yes.
of a thing that's coming. So I am in the stages of Ponyfest prep plus biter crazy plus getting scuttles sorted from Jen and Tom. Jen and Tom are on target to get those all out for May. So May, everything for the scuttles will wrap up, and then we'll open it back up for some more because the molds are doing good. And I told you guys I would open it back up again if we could. And hopefully that happens before they get totally destroyed by whirlwinds, because I think whirlwinds are selling like whirlwinds. And then biters, I don't have a anticipated finish date for those just yet. Working still as fast as I can. I'm hoping I'll have them all done for Briarfest. They are their own beast, and every time I try and give dates, they decide to crap on the dates and then fling it everywhere and then bite me. So, but anyways, she has a brother that is fairly better behaved. I have 2 peaks for you today. One is of the traditional and one is of the venti. So the traditional one, I've shown you some of it. So here's the shoulder, still in progress, but it's very muscular. It does not have yet hair, as you can see. There's no hair at the top, which you can't see where my mouse is showing, so it doesn't matter where the mouse is. As I caress the top of his neck. Up here, there is no hair because it hasn't been sculpted yet. So if you're like, why did you do a roach thing? I have not yet posted the hair. So you've seen the top of the neckline, the top of the eye of this one. You know it is a performance-friendly beastie in a fairly flexible, performance-based gait. What else can I say? I'm working with 2 tack makers, to make it tack-friendly and good for performance. It should work for English, Western driving, and showmanship, on-the-ground things. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of uses for other performance that you can do, but it covers your main bases, which should be really good. And then I will make it disappear. Ta-da! I don't know when I'm going to do a full reveal of it. It'll probably be before Briarfest, because I have a poll that I'm going to put up for hair suggestions for it, because I'm going to do something that is very flexible for the first one. And then there might be other variations depending on what you guys would like as to a more English-based braid or a other options for hair. Maybe a long version, because I think I'm going to go with shorter for the standard, because that could go English or Western. I hope that doesn't give away things. And it is made to fit. I have a Rio Rondo based saddle, and I have a Rio Rondo resin tree that I've been making sure that it fits all to. So it should be good for anybody who has those tack pieces, which is fairly standard. So hopefully it's flexible with what you already have. And if not, I know tack makers that are really excited to make new stuff.
I don't do performance, but I'm going to need it anyway, so.
It's a he's a very good boy, is all I'm going to say. And hopefully he's been set up to also cast way easier than Biter. I know Saga casts really easy because she's fairly straightforward. Fable cast really easy because she was straightforward. Elfwin cast fairly straightforward. Chilbert cast straightforward. The foals were a little bit more complicated. Mushu the dog was really hard because he was all weird. Get in! Oh yeah, trying to get the seams underneath where the butt was ridiculous, and the little sticky out leg. Not as straightforward as a horse, but this one should cast really easy, which means that it'll be not like Biter, and we're also going to sell it differently than Biter. We're not going to take a whole bunch of pre-orders for it, and it will probably have to be limited, unfortunately, just because otherwise it takes too long. We'll see. I'll feel it out, but it probably will have to be a more limited run.
Marcia had a good idea. She said magnetic manes.
Yeah, that's a thing. It's hard when you, like, if you wanted to swap from, you could stick a long mane over a short mane. You could potentially do a short mane over braids. You couldn't go from banded to braided. It does add extra complication, and we're also trying to keep the casting simple because then the cost can be lower. The price point will be lower than Biter because she's way more complicated, and then she has the base in there, so that should be good for you guys. We'll have to figure out what material costs are, but we're going to try and keep the cost as low as possible as long as it casts simply. Magnetic manes would be fun though. I've seen people do it with like soft Sculpey over top or like flexible clays. I think it was Laura Skillern that did that at one point, and Tiffany Purdy, and maybe Sue Kern. I can't quite remember. But
Tiffany Purdy is a force of nature, though, so she can do anything.
Sue Kern?
Tiffany Purdy.
Oh, Tiffany Purdy. Yeah, she's got her own thing going on for sure. So, did anybody have any specific questions for Haley while she's here? You can ask her how much I beat on her during the workshop. Sculpt your own crazy pony hair pony. I think so. There's hair prep versions that Carol Williams did for Rio Rondo ponies. So there's naked. Braids are usually easy to sculpt over. So yeah, I could do like 500 variations, but then people would start getting mad because there's 500 variations.
For the first one, you should do like long, loose braids.
Long, loose braids?
Yeah, like have just normal braids, not button braids.
Oh. So like the one, the Spanish thing Maggie put out.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That'd be like, past your pony, I'm just going to braid it up and go for a hack.
Exactly.
I still want to braid Turbo, but he doesn't have long hair.
Yeah, I know, that's trouble.
We have a question for you. How do you join the painting Zoom parties?
Those are fun. I will have more information posted for the one for April, likely today or tomorrow, and then comment on that post, and I will send you a link when Zoom link when the painting party is up. Please don't message me because then I have to try to keep track of 2 different platforms of who I'm sending links to. But when that is up, I can tag you. That makes your life easier.
And they're fun. It's just a whole bunch of horse people hanging out, chatting, whatever comes up, and painting on things. And you can ask for help from people that are in it too, which is kind of nice. So it's like Namo Paimo, but kind of extended, which is fun.
Every month.
Christina Lou says, I love my biter and have big plans for her. I've also had lots of questions about Little Biter. I will need a rest between big ones and little ones. It's going to be a little bit crazy to try and cast the little ones, I think. And then, like I've mentioned before, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do open mouth for her in the small version, because the open mouth in the big version requires a separate mold for just the mouth with a seam that needs to be specially dealt with. And I might either cry or hide in the forest if I have to do them right away. So I know you guys are really excited, but I need a little bit of a break. We're going to do, let me show it again. We're going to do this one before that. And then the Venti-ish. It's gotten a little bit bigger than Venti scale. One that I will peek right now. Are you excited? Does Haley want to see what I'm working on?
I do.
So this is kind of a more exciting sneak peek. This is the eyeball and some of the face on the Venti scale drafty unicorn that I'm working on that has a wonderful backstory to it. I actually wrote a little short story kind of about this one. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'd like to actually do that for more of them, is have more of a backstory narrative component to who they are or some of their existence. It's a little bit easier for the fantastical ones than it is for the other ones, but hopefully you guys like that. I am more than happy with how its face is turning out. And the rest of it, but so far the face is the most far along part, and I really like its expression. It's got a lot of soul to it. So
His face is gorgeous.
It is. Andrea is asking if the painting parties are more than or just once a month.
Generally, I do them twice a month. Well, I might as well get my money's worth for paying a disgusting amount of money per month to Zoom. Generally, they're twice a month. April's going to be once a month just because I'm already doing 2 classes and I have the show. But after that, it's full swing back to doing twice a month and fun stuff. So generally, I try to do one on a Saturday and one on a Sunday. But I might just switch over to only doing Saturdays. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, easier.
Because my stream normally gets in the way.
Well, on for like 4 or 5 hours. Last one I did, we were on for like 6.5 hours. It was insane.
Yeah, so it's kind of a hangout, drop in, pop out as you feel kind of thing, which is nice. People are excited about the eyeballs. Laura Rocksmith wants to battle Cornet. It is already a corn, so you could battle it fairly easy. And I think I'm going to cast the horn on it versus any sort of magnetic option. So if you wanted it to not be a unicorn, I'm not going to do cloven feet on it. It's going to have horse feet. And I probably won't do a lion's tail because they're very fragile to try and ship them. So it'll probably have a horse tail. So if you wanted to just make it a drafty thing, you could just take the horn off of it and have at her.
For everyone's sanity, please make the horn detachable. I don't want to have to travel for shows and fly with it with an attached horn.
Oh, it will have support structures around the horn that you won't have to worry about. Yeah, it'll be solid.
I have broken far too many unicorns flying to Briarfest.
Oh,
special.
Their horns are challenging. We're trying to keep for the next couple, because Biter's been such a pain in the butt. The next couple need to be easy wins so that my brain recovers and I forget how hard it is, and then I go do something stupid and complex.
Yes. I was just saying, because this year I know I have to travel to Briarfest with far too many fragile things. Fireheart with the ball in his mouth, Juggernaut. Terrified.
Ballbuster was your fault. So.
When I was prepping him, I knocked him over and broke the ball. So he's got the actual handle in his mouth, and then it's reattached at the base of the handle. Oh. So not only is it 3D printed, but it's repaired too, and it's a mess.
All the things. For those of you that didn't see, Laura Rocksmith had posted on her page that she'd received her Amadeus that she's going to make into a battlecorn. So you guys should see that soon. Let's see.
I've already got paint on mine.
Yes. Do you want to show that?
I brought it in. I brought a lot of things in for you, so I don't have to run around.
Show the things. Yes. Hold it closer to the camera.
It's Darren's fault.
So it's washing it out a little bit, but you can see this on your page. That's the behind the scenes one.
Yeah. So I have a reel
in the chat for people to see.
I have a reel of it on the behind the scenes one. Here, I'll just do it on here. We'll go to the other one and I'll just
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm lost in more ways than one.
Me too. Me too.
Here we
I'm
go.
getting Pagan Renneker behind the scenes.
All right.
As you guys hear me clicking away. Behind the scenes. That's front page.
There you go. I typed it into the chat.
Yes. Oh, I can't click it from there.
Seriously? Oh my god. Here.
That's okay. I'll figure it out. Hold on.
Oh my god.
We are winging it.
Yes.
Winging it. Okay. We'll put it in thingies. Share the screen. Da, 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 da. So this is Haley's behind the scenes.
Just
You
made
might
it.
need to streamline your pages. This is complicated.
It is complicated. There you go.
But there's a better quality image of it for now. So the video of, oh, we're in the corner. I didn't know we were in the corner. Yay. I didn't have the window big enough to see it. Shush, my eyeballs don't have peepers on them. So she's working on Amadeus, and Darren apparently made her paint it in Leopard Appaloosa, which I wholeheartedly approve of. So that's
he is all Darren's fault.
exclusively her fault.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Your fault were the two sculptures. Those are on you. The Appaloosa's on Darren.
Did you want to show off the one medallion one?
He hasn't been shown fully on Facebook.
Oh, do you want to show part of it?
There you go.
Da 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 da.
Just like that.
So you're like, move your foot back. Super cool. So that's when Haley was working on showing me in the chat. She's like, I don't know. Like, you need to do this. Sculpting is fun. Corner dorks? Teresa called us the corner dorks. It's like the two old men from Muppets that sit on the balcony and just make fun of things.
Yes.
The snort. I don't feel so alone now. I snort all the time.
Yes. I think we all do.
Yes. Aww. Laura's having a bad month. So she says, thank you for doing this. It makes her feel better. Hopefully, Juju gets better for Laura. Laura's saying, don't stop sculpting. You are awesome.
Aww.
And we have super supportive people in the chat offering to chat with Laura or support each other when things are shitty, which is awesome. Let's see. What else did you have to show?
I brought a bust and I brought Lorelai.
I don't know. The one on the right. Yes. So this is what Haley was working on in the workshop.
Yes. And I did one side.
And she threatened to cut it in half and make it a medallion.
I have work on the other side now.
Which is pretty good for a first sculpture that you've done. To just show up and be like, oh, I'm just going to do a pony. It'll be fine. They're not complicated.
But she is a unknown breed pregnant mare. I think she'll figure out her breed when we're finished.
Yeah.
I think we're going more to the Arab side of this.
Ooh, that'll be fun. We don't have a lot of those.
Arab. And then the other pony, this is for the show, so you can only get this if you come to the show. Fun things. This is one of the auction item.
Ooh. Did you paint that?
I did.
Nice.
Huge, massive seal bay bust.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. If you hadn't figured it out yet, Haley loves Bay.
I don't love bay. It's an addiction. It's like Django's. Shockingly, I only have one bay Django. I need to fix that.
Tommy made it! Yay! I like that. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I hit the magic twice. Tommy gets extra magic today. So, I like this format. So, if I'm using OBS and not restream directly, I can't post comments. So, I kind of like the ability to be able to post comments and things in the I can do QR codes and images and all sorts of crazy stuff. It's actually kind of fun. Let's see.
Awesome.
What's that?
Yeah, this is nice. It's really simple.
I think it's a Cupid squid thing. I have no idea what that is. What's this? Flowers! Anyway, it can do fun things. Yeah, so I think that's pretty well all of the updates. I will show the peaks again for those of you that are late, because I know some of you missed them. We had a peak of the traditional performance critter. And that's the shoulder. So I've shown you the top of the neck and the head and the shoulder. And then the Venti Scale Unicorn Draft critter is here. And if you have not seen the Horgs and the Forgs, you must go check them out. They are finishing in a little bit here. Let's see.
Just leave the poison Horg alone. Almost. Pretend he doesn't exist. He's mine.
We need a good fight. That's fine. So it says ending soon. Let me just show this one here. No.
Horg is ending in 2 hours and 51 minutes.
You can get the little heads at the bottom. Where'd they go? Yeah.
Oh my god, Laura said, she's like, I have a Django body. Might need to make him a battle porn to sell at Briarfest. Please do, and I'll buy him.
Do it. Do it. So these are the ones that are finishing right away. It's funny, at their 151 tied. We'll see which one goes for the most. And then the little guys. Oh no, somebody beat me. Oh, okay.
Fix it, Raven.
I have to fix it. So that is, if you haven't seen the story of the Horgs and the Forgs, you need to do it, and the Fire Horg requests.
Go watch Karen's TikToks. That she goes more viral than she's already going.
Well, in TikTok, people are complaining. They're like, "Oh my god, what are you doing to the carpet?" As she's like cutting the head off. I'm like, "Oh, if you guys only knew, like, your priorities." And then I think that was it. Cool. Well, thank you all for coming to the stream. Unless there's other questions, or Haley had more things to show off.
I would take pictures of the curio cabinet, but I can't move the camera. It's annoying.
Oh, that's okay. Go check out Haley's page and you can see all the critters. Yay!
Too much most of the time.
We're still the corner dorks. And Tommy got her scuttlebutt the other day, which is really exciting. I like little scuttle.
I should have.
I'm like, what's the full? I actually have a really cute Appaloosa reference that I'm going to post for this that I got from Shutterstock. I've got a subscription for that I've had since the workshop that I haven't been using, so I should start posting pictures that I found on there, because then I'm actually using the subscription. But super, super cute. I'm going to paint one at some point. And then there is not yet word on what this big secret thing that's happening at the beginning of April is just 100% yet. Potentially before next weekend. But we'll see. It might be in around Easter. Because Haley's like, more secrets!
Darren's already making me broke. Don't
Yes.
have to. At least I have Hux to tempt you with. So I have a safety net with you. I have not figured out what Darren's thing is yet.
She likes Nakotas.
You know, but does she collect other people's customs of Nakota?
I don't know. She has 5 bajillion horses, so you might be able to figure something out. But if you are in or around or would like a vacation to Arizona, then Haley's show is April 21st to 23rd. And it is close to California in Arizona. So you should go check it out.
It'll be worth the flight or the drive, I promise. We intend to have a lot of fun.
Super awesome and super fun. And we are going to prep her in the fall at our downtown live show with extra fun to show her how it's done, because the Canadians do it right.
Canadians always do it right.
We just don't take ourselves seriously. You got to wear tutus on your head and dance around and do stupid stuff.
I'm technically half Canadian now, so it works.
It does work. You're an honorary fun haver.
I agree.
Sweet. Well, everybody say thank you to Haley for coming and hanging out with us and being awesome and showing her art and being brave, because that takes a lot of bravery. There's a lot of people that generally watch, so
Thank you for having me here. It was a lot of
you're
fun.
very welcome. And I will announce whatever I sort out for a prize for your show, and that might make people crazy in the head.
If it is a customized something I need, I'm going to be mad.
You will not be able to win it because you're running the show. Unless you bribe whoever wins it afterwards and buy it off of them.
Oh, don't worry. There's going to be some money scheming going on.
Aw. It's like, we're going to place bets on how Haley's going to have to spend all of her money and sell all of her Django's.
No. I will sell everything else first.
We are doing it in a casino, so you can always just go win money.
Exactly.
Alrighty then. So we're gonna go take a peek at what those horgs and forgs are doing, and if you're trying to battle for them, good luck. May the battle be epic and wonderful, and I've already had conversations with a few people that are wanting them, so this should be interesting. It'll be fun to watch at least. So
Survivor Juggy. What do you mean?
We should get Darren to live stream the auction finish and her reaction to it.
You should. What do you mean by Survivor Juggy, Jackie?
Survivor Juggy? I have no idea. Maybe it's the headless one that I have. I should do something with him.
I'm blanking here because
I am too. I'm not sure. But anyways, we will figure that out at a later time, apparently, because nobody knows. We're just going to do Survivor with all the headless model horses that I've got.
Oh, she wants me to sell the Survivor portrait of Juggernaut that I did to fund your other stuff.
Oh, because she wants it.
Oh yeah, she's hounding.
Nice. Cool.
Not happening, Jackie. Sorry.
I'm good. All right. Well, thank you all for coming and enjoying the stream. Thank you, Haley, for participating and coming and hanging out. And we will see you next Sunday. And then hopefully I'll have either more peaks or I'll have a box of stone stuff to show you. So I'll have the plastic cob to show you in comparison to the resin one in both traditional and pebbles and the micro. So it should be the full scale of cobs. Very cobby cobbard. It's like a corn on the cob.
Yes. Put him on corn and then he can be corn on the cob.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy. Go see the forgs. Watch the ending. It would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, only the forgs. Leave the forgs.
Only the forgs. You're not allowed to bid on the horgs. So say Haley. Cool. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Stay awesome. Feed amazing. Don't feed trolls. And we'll see you next time.
What she said.